Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the What's Smoking Show here at the Barbertime All the Time Network. Introducing my host, Grandmaster OG Cushing, Dr. Strange.
What's going on?
What's up, fellas? What's up, fellas? That's what's smoking, yeah. Last week, that's right, we just got done with the Super Bowl. Yeah. Super Bowl, what was it? L-I-I? How many I's are in this Super Bowl?
It was an interesting game, that I know.
Interesting.
It was very interesting.
Very defensive. Defensive game, man.
Now, was it interesting? Because when I hear, everybody says it was boring. There was so many mixed feelings.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
People should call it boring too. Was like people who don't know the game that well.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So
it was a
good game.
It was a nail biter, but it wasn't much excitement.
I mean, what would you think was the highlight?
The highlight.
The win, that's right. And the Patriots again took another Super Bowl. What number Super Bowl is this that the Patriots have?
Six, 5, 6.
Yeah, I have to be 6.
Now that,
six.
Now is that 6 in all time or
all
just
time.
since our Tom Brady has been there?
5, 6, 7.
6 all time.
And he has all 6 of the rings.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Rigged, I tell you.
Yes, it is. Yes, we know it is rigged.
Blasphemy. We don't ever talk about the great Brady. And welcome to New England, Boston. And low scoring game. But I mean,
Very low.
It was kind of like, what do you expect? I mean, at this point, it's just almost kind of like the whole Super Bowl. Do you feel like people are getting tired of seeing the Patriots go to the Super Bowl? Or over it, or what's the word I'm looking for?
Yes, but at the end of the day, you got to beat them. You got to beat them.
That's
If you're tired of seeing them, man, beat them.
End of the story.
You know what I'm saying? That's it, man. You got to beat them.
And so what number Super Bowl was that? L-I-I?
53.
53.
Yeah.
Man. Well, great. We look forward to it. You guys think that the Patriots are going to be back in the Super Bowl next year?
I'm not trying to think that far.
You know what I'm saying?
Right now, we're more interested on what's going on with Kyrie, right?
What is going on with Kyrie? What is?
He got hurt last night, right? Hurt his
A little
leg?
bit, but the MRI said there's no real damage from what they report.
No real damage.
He need to get some of that CBD or something like that, or some of this ganja there, man.
I believe so. I believe so.
He's rubbing that on the ankle.
On his knee, he'll be good.
Football injuries are crazy because sometimes they'll get blasted. It look like they got hit by a truck, and they're like, "Oh, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. Walk it off." Oh man, I can't imagine how that would how that catches up to you after years of taking those hits. But
The CTE. It's funny because the research has just shown that CBD helps with CTE as well as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's.
And is that ingesting it or smoking it or
just putting yourself on a CBD regimen? Well,
CBD?
having a professional put you on a CBD regimen.
That's interesting. And a CBD regimen would consist of like just all your. What would that be? Like your products are just
Oils, edibles, terps, all different ways of like you can inhale it, ingest it, topical, a few different ways of taking in the CBD.
Well, let's talk about what's popping off. What's going down in this music scene right now? Apparently, all the buzz happening. I mean, we got Grammys going around this week, but something about Gucci.
Oh,
Gucci,
man.
or is this some Gucci like Gucci?
No, the clothing. Whoa. No, nothing to do with music.
Nothing to do with clothing.
What we're talking about is the blackface situation.
The blackface
that's terrible.
situation.
That's terrible.
And like they try to act so innocent, man. But when you pull that thing up over your face, you have no choice but to say,
Now,
Blackface.
I need you to go a little more detail. Explain to me what is the controversy right now in the news with this blackface? What is that?
It's about one of these products.
It's supposed to be a face warmer.
It's not supposed to be a sweater.
Right. But the top part,
that
the
pulls
turtleneck
up.
pulls up
It
as
has
a face warmer.
Like a black face with a red lips.
Right.
Coming up looking like a black face.
And
Literally, that's what it is.
and so
But they're trying to say,
eyeballs.
No, it don't come
No.
out.
So it just comes up like.
Yeah.
but it's more than enough
Don't get me
to
wrong.
let you understand what exactly it is.
They apologize too, right? But still.
Everyone's always apologizing.
I mean,
What's an apology?
I mean, there it is. So I love how they have the little white girl with her glasses on.
Yeah.
Modeling it. It's perfect. You said turn to show. I don't know if you can really.
You know what? I can't wait to do a crime, be charged with it, and offer an apology.
You know, I'll cut it in.
You know? No harm, no foul.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, but this is the world of art. Do you think that was on accident? Do you really think that they didn't know they were going to stir up that kind of
One thing about it, first of all,
I mean,
it's been out for like about a year.
Right.
But they finally just got onto it.
Man.
But to me, come on, man, that's looking like,
it's kind of sexy, though. I can see it.
What?
It's got the mouth hole cut out. It's got a white girl with the mouth hole cut out. I mean,
wait a minute. See, this is a problem.
This is crazy, though. I mean,
that response, I think, was crazy.
So
I don't understand what's going on here.
I mean,
you dress your girl up in blackface?
What if they had pink lips?
Wait, what?
Hot pink lips. It's always been a lot of controversy wrapped around the fashion industry from what I know, from what I remember. So, I mean, this...
Don't worry, audience. We're about to put his pink slip in the mail.
Yeah, right. But hold up, another issue, too, I forgot, speaking of little racist issues, right? What about Liam Neeson?
Oh, wow. See, I feel terrible because I love Taken, you know? Not anymore. I don't look at it the same way. Now I root and go, yeah, go get her. You know?
I'm not going to lie. When I heard this, I'm that guy. But I didn't take it. I didn't get this racism feeling. I felt like he was just...
Whoa.
Kind of contact.
Really? Whoa, hold on. Did you hear him?
Ooh.
I heard
You heard the audio?
I didn't hear the whole
No. Did you hear him? Did you hear how he emphasized
He's
that?
an actor. He sounded
Black. Come out from the pub.
Black bastard. No, he didn't say black man. He said black.
I mean, you know how many times I've heard somebody say, "Man, I want to kick that white boy's ass."
But the point I'm saying, you wouldn't say that. You would say it.
Here's the
but
thing.
you're not gonna portray it out there.
Here's the thing, though.
He let everybody else know what he wanted to do.
Would he have taken the same approach if it was another race? Anyone. I mean, he was talking about an innocent, someone who had nothing to do with the rape. Do you honestly believe that if it was another race that he would take the same approach?
You can't really tell or know that because it was also an act of passion. When you're in the heat of passion, they're talking about family members getting raped and stuff.
It wasn't a family member, it was a friend, he said.
People say some crazy stuff in the heat of the moment. I just feel like the entire world is getting up on him.
But mind you,
it's like,
he said, well, but why would you put that out there?
I think, like you said, the clip might have been taken a little out of context.
My point is, he ruined watching Taken for me forever.
And last show I watched was Widows, and it was not
Widows.
bad. It was not bad. Now I'm saying, dang man, you are talking.
You never had a moment where you said some jack.
That was a pretty good movie too. It was a pretty good twist.
No.
Well, that's kind of part of being in the public eye. But Neeson, I feel like you're gonna make a comeback. You got to show the world what's really going on out here. We miss your movies, man. Keep it real.
Yeah.
So
people getting too comfortable. That's all.
Yeah, too comfortable. And who's making them comfortable? Who's making them comfortable?
Right. Do you remember at one of the events?
Yes.
Well, no, I don't know if we want to go into that, but
I just feel like on the right.
That's for another show.
But racism in 2009, it's changed. When I was a kid, racism meant something different. Now we have more people to be racist to now. Back when I was a kid, you were racist, black people, white people. Now we got so many different races to be racist to. Pick one.
Because he's racist, right?
Are you serious? Are you serious? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, however that's going to use.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
And so we're going to take a moment here. We're going to wrap it up.
You got to have a history.
We're going to give you a little word from our sponsors. We'll be right back at Barbertime all the time, and that's what's smoking.
That's what's smoking.
Joined by Lyron Bennett and Johnny Williams after Tech Boston wins their second straight championship. Lyron, 28 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists today. You left a huge imprint on this game. What were you aiming to do as a senior on this team?
Well, I was aiming to do, we beat them, on the second time we beat them by 30, but they're a very tough team. They always find a way to come back, so just so we don't have to fight and get in that situation in the game, we decided to blow open a good league so we could leave our team in a good position.
You and Shamar combined for 59 points, but you might have been better defensively. How do you guys get to this level of defense where it seems like there's 6 or 7 guys swarming the floor?
Well, we won our state championship last year. The only reason why we won that is off our defense. Every time we come to practice, it's an hour of conditioning before we touch any basketball. So he preaches defense all the time. We can't win a championship without defense.
Finally, you had to sit out the first 10 games with an injury. You come back and the team hasn't lost. How gratifying was it to get back on the floor and help your team get to this level where you're going to be a pretty big favorite going into the States, at least in those early rounds?
It was an amazing feeling to know that my brothers, that they love me and they have my back to hold down the fort while I was injured. So when I came back, I just felt like I owed them for holding down the fort for me. So I gave everything I got.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the What's Smoking Show at the Barbertime All the Time Network.
What's up?
Yeah, we're just
back again.
Just had to go take our little pause for the cause, if you know what I'm saying. Nothing wrong with that. And speaking of pausing for the cause, I mean, it's all this talk about legalizing weed, right? Weed is legal. I think it's such a crazy concept, because what does that even mean? What does it mean for weed to be legal? I know for the last decade, we've gone through everything from government weed to having our medical marijuana cards to having specific doctors and licenses. And some places it's legal, some places it's not. It's legal on a federal level. There's so many things.
No, it's not legal on the federal
are
level.
not legal on a federal level.
No, only state by state.
And so what does that even mean if it's not legal on a federal level?
Well, that basically means that the federal government really doesn't want to allow it.
So what makes the federal government different than, I don't know, local? I mean, how are these levels make a difference? Like, how does the federal government regulate that?
Well, that's the problem. They haven't. The federal government is a much bigger problem than the state. So, you got to look at it differently. It's all about money when you actually think about it.
Boom.
And that's one thing about it. When they figure out how they're gonna make the money, then it's gonna get legalized federally. That's my opinion only. My opinion.
Right. But people look at it like this, okay? What is the difference? Is it better to get a caregiver, better to get your medical license, or is it better to go recreational? What do you think?
Well, to me, I feel go recreational because it's cheaper. As far as going to like the medical dispensaries, you have to pay, get your credit, get your card, and things of that nature, like $200 plus $50 plus for to get state regulated, state
right, and that's
registered.
Every year.
That's every year. Whereas recreational now, when you open a recreational dispensary, you don't need no card.
However,
as long as you're 21 and over, right?
Right, but just like anything else, what do we pay for? We pay for the convenience.
Yeah.
So here's how you look at it. You can go to a caregiver and get an ounce, say, for $175 to $250, okay? If you get your medical card, you go to the dispensary, you're paying $300 plus, maybe high two and change. If you're having a deal going on, okay? Now, recreational, I've seen it as high as $420 per ounce.
420? Are you just what is that pun, man? You saying 420 because of 420?
$420 per ounce.
That must be heavy.
So at the end of the day, right?
Has nothing to do with
To me,
being
at the end of the
heavy.
day,
You're paying for the convenience of being able to do it.
But to me, like everybody should be able to just grow their own, man, and barter. We can barter and trade off, man. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
You got some good stuff. I got good stuff. Let's just trade off. Boom, Keep
it OG. Stick to your everyday corner hustler. You know what I'm saying? Sawbuck. Shout out Chicago.
But then at the same time, you have all of the opposition.
Yeah.
Well, that brings up, so with all this legality, there's all this talk about opening up shops, and there's supposed to be opening up cafes. I mean, this is supposed to be like as legal as going to a Starbucks. So why are we having so many issues, and what is some of the oppositions
because it costs
around
money.
this right now?
It costs money,
right?
Man.
The funding,
money.
The funding is the problem, especially. But as you know, with blacks, it's always harder to do something, whether it be funding or anything else. I mean, we're incarcerated at a higher rate. It's ridiculous what's going on, and the evidence is there, yet no one is actually doing anything about it.
They're talking, but
So who's doing the opposing? So are you saying there's some black dispensaries that are in the process of opening?
What black
Do you think it's harder for black people to start a dispensary than it is?
Of course it is.
Like I said, money, man. It takes like
it's
some
funding,
dollars,
and since it's not federal, it's harder to get that funding. Because the federal government is not for the legalization of marijuana as of yet. So it's much harder to get funding in order to open up these dispensaries. That's a lot of overhead. Okay? All of these people are in it for the money. Don't believe anything other than that.
Yep.
Okay?
Don't believe the hype.
Don't believe it. But I mean, not to cut you off, but you know, a lot of I agree with some of the concerns. I do agree.
For instance,
just because of the regulations, you know, when there's money involved, a lot of times people forget about quality. People tend to forget and decide to cut corners in order to make it more beneficial.
The industrial revolution of marijuana.
Of course. Which is then
That's
what?
what it is, yep.
That profit margin. That's what it comes down
and
to.
the quality, and then it starts turning. That's why I was like, what if they turn like marijuana isn't even marijuana anymore? It's just a whole synthetic recreated.
From what I've read, think about it. Even Colorado are having problems right now. They've had hundreds of thousands of recalls.
Recalls?
Thousand what, pounds?
Of marijuana due to pesticides. Right. I mean, that's ridiculous. And then there are others that, you know, say the politicians are ignoring what's going on, but there are plants with mold and mildew. And I mean, we've had something like that up here recently.
Oh, really?
Right.
But
I'm not going to name the dispensary, but
she's
they
very
know who
quiet.
they are.
Very quiet.
Of course. You got to pay to play.
That's why, like I said, end of the day, grow your own. Grow your own, man.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how it commercialized just in the last few years that the whole marijuana industry. Now it's an industry. Before it was like this low key, like, oh, me and my homies in the parking lot. Just think about how much trouble you used to get in for getting caught with a joint in the school bathroom. And now it's like, it's as commercialized or as glamorized.
Right. It's crazy,
I've been hanging with Mary Jane before she was popular.
Can you remember that?
That's been my girl forever. That's the only girl never did me wrong.
When people smoke cigarettes and blow the smoke in your face or frown at you because you light up a joint.
Can you believe it? Can you believe it? The culture has shifted completely. So,
like I said, in my lifetime, I never thought it was going to be a black president and weed legalized. And it has definitely did that in my lifetime. What's next? What's next, y'all?
Well, what I do know is it's going to supposedly projected to be a $1.5 billion business next year. So I think we should get a portion of that over in our communities and actually benefit finally from something we know something about.
Yep.
Well, you know what? That reminds me, that brings me up to dun, 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 strain of the week. So, for the culture, what is that strain of the week? Gentlemen, what are you smoking on?
Our strain of the week this week is Purple Gorilla.
Smells like
a nice little aroma.
Smell-o-vision.
Relax and just chill out. Watch a little bit of What's Smoking on Barbertime Network. You'll be good to go. You'll be good to go.
Like, ooh, it does smell like a gorilla. You call it gorilla's butt?
No, it's Purple Gorilla.
Purple Gorilla. I do hope that's what a gorilla's butt smells like. Isn't it awesome? Like, the stankier your bud, the better it is. It's like, don't nobody want no fresh smell. We want it to smell dank. Like, ooh, yeah, that's nice.
Today on the show, we actually got 2 purple buds.
2 purple buds. And what is this purple bud called here? Here, should I hold it? Oh, look at those.
Purple punch, right?
That's that purple punch.
Look at that, glowing. Looks so
Beautiful,
dirty.
sweet.
See, that's what I'm thinking. They look almost like you can just right? That's great. And so what is the levels of potency hitting us on these? Is it like a certain percentage THC? Are these sativas? Or these?
We have a few more competitors here.
Okay, let them roll. That should roll.
Get a nice look at that.
And what's that stanky danky?
That's some Frosty.
Frosty. I love the names. Oh my goodness, these names.
Just
when you start growing your own, man, you can make up your own name too.
I know, that's how it goes.
We can have a Barbertime strain.
The
Barbertime strain is going to be on point, for real. And they have us all the time on time. And that's what's smoking. And that's what's smoking.
Last but not least, we got the Go G OG.
Go G. Oh, wait.
Take a whiff of that.
Oh, my nose curled back. I like it. Those nose hairs just like. The funk. Smell the funk. That's what you want to get on the bus smelling like.
Might as well just leave it open and aerate the room.
Okay, let's put it in the atmosphere. Put it in the atmosphere. So that reminds us, that's right, check out What's Smoking and Barbertime all the time, or barbertimenetwork.com. But check out whatsmoking.net and beantownstoner.com, and we're going to be doing a Moonrock giveaway. That's right. We're looking forward to giving away 3.5 grams of our. Give us an introduction of the giveaway.
Well, basically, one of our sponsors has been generous enough to donate to us 3.5 to get the ball rolling.
Oh,
so
nice.
We want to get it going the correct way, so we're going to give out 3.5 grams of Moon Rock. Pretty sure it'll be over 3.5, but anyways, 3.5 for just signing up for Barbertime Network. Actually hitting us with a like and a follow.
And a comment will get our attention. So you come on, show us a little love and show us some likes, follows, and support, and get you some Moon Rock. That's right.
So basically, for all of the likes and new follows, what we're gonna do is randomly pick a winner. All you have to be is 21. No money needed. This is completely donated. Yes. And you just take and enjoy.
So that's whatsmoking.net, or follow the Instagram at What's Smoking. And there's also Twizzle Nation. You want to follow that at Instagram. We'll anytime we see you guys come to us, you were talking about, or you saw the show, what was your favorite part and the highlights and what you look forward to seeing in the future, and we'll get you part of the What's Smoking.
And also use the hashtag What's Smoking Barbertime.
Exactly.
Use What's Smoking Barbertime.
Hashtag What's Smoking Barbertime.
Yes. You have to add the hashtag What's Smoking Barbertime.
Yes.
Hashtag What's Smoking Barbertime.